I just shot a video about words and the power of words, and that words create, and the word alone doesn't create. It's the belief behind the word, and the word is spoken, and thus it creates. And I'm going to talk today about that, and that longer video is going to be coming up in a couple days. I want you to listen to this because we are self-revealing of who we are. We're getting sloppy out there. The ego's getting sloppy. I want you to start listening very closely to who's speaking and what they're saying, because they're revealing their own karma. Those who are destructive can't even fake it anymore to try and convince people. Their egos have gotten so elevated that they are now feeling very comfortable to reveal exactly who and what they are. And that opens the gateway for us to make decisions. I'm going to point a few things out with no side taking of my own except for one decision I made. I'm going to talk to you about our candidates here in the United States that are running for office. I'm going to talk to you about everyone out there in any kind of position of power, and I'll let you decide what reality is and which one you want to choose based on that. Let's go. Welcome to Landria, Onkka on YouTube, here to help you break through those fears and live an amazing life. We got some really great stuff coming up here, and I'm going to share a few things with you as I start to look out there and see what's going on. Now, I don't watch the news purposely because people get so caught up in the media that is programmed, it's controlled. Have you heard of the Bilderberg Group? I'm actually going to do a video on that. Now, I don't go into conspiracy and all these other things, but I do know one thing. This is a planet of controversy, of conflict, of separation, and also of harmony and love and feats of great kindness. We have it all here, and everyone is in a position to take advantage of the opportunities within it all to be that act of kindness and greatness that is transforming the world. We are accelerating transformation into a higher frequency, and you may not experience it if you don't choose it. So let me ask you to please subscribe. It's so important for me. It's what keeps me going. And as long as you tell YouTube you want messages of, let's just say, positivity, hope, love, then it will continue to support putting my word out there, because that's my mission. Now, I want to just explain something. My father has many mansions. What does that mean? There are endless mansions. Mansions are matrix, we call them programs, but they're just realities set up to play out games. And a mansion would be, let's say, a nice beautiful mansion has many floors, and I equate that to frequencies. So we're in a very dense mansion, we're in a dense illusion, and so therefore we get to know what it's like to have bodies and endings and sadness and all the things that we do here that we believe is how things are, not just some temporary state of being. Well, you can be in the basement and you can think that that's your reality because there's no light in there. People are scraping and clawing to, get things and save themselves and hoard and all this other stuff, not realizing that there is no end to how many floors there are in this mansion, and they can continue to go up if they choose, but they have to choose. At the top of the mansion is the penthouse. It's beautiful. We're drinking champagne up there. Maybe you don't like champagne or drink it all, and that's fine too, but the view is beautiful and all are welcome, and you have to be in that frequency to get there. It's just that simple. So if you are in the basement and you're choosing to argue and finger point and correct people and whatever it is because you're right, instead of saying, hey, it's this person thinks this, that means they're right, but no, Andrea, you're wrong about that. Am I? No, I don't think I am, because what I believe is right for me. We don't have to be right all the time. We just can share things and enjoy this experience of contrast. Now, when you go into that space of arguing and separation, you will not see a world that transitions into the new world, okay? We talk about the word. The word is coming up with the egos out there. They're revealing more and more who and what they are. I'm going to give you an example that was very disappointing. I saw this, I don't even watch the news, and you can't help but catch this stuff. JFK Jr., I'm sorry, but he told a story. I want you to think about this. This is how brazen our candidates and people in power are, that they actually openly share stuff that is so insane because they feel so secure that they can say anything they want and they will still get people that think that they are okay. I want you to start thinking for yourself. I had a video of the deprogramming. The great deprogramming that is insane. What I just heard is insane. Yet people are so convinced about right and wrong that no matter what this person does, they will continue to stay on board with it. Make sure that's not you. Think for yourself, and then you can make your own decision. But make sure you go into that space where you're really looking at that and saying, is this insane? Am I actually promoting insanity, or is there something else here? All right? I'm voting for the something else, of a new world, of change, of being the change maker. You guys know I create online businesses that are planet conscious. If you're an entrepreneur, this is a free webinar. Come check it out. We're creating new worlds. We're not complaining about what's out there that's dissolving. So JFK Jr. says that a woman in front of him while he was driving hit a baby bear cub. Very sad. He puts it in his car because he said, I'm not kidding, all right? Those of you who love animals, well, he was already dead, okay? But this is very disturbing for me. He was going to take it home and use the skin and eat the meat. Okay. He had to go to an event, and the bear cub was still in his car. Well, obviously that's not healthy. And so he decides he's going to take it to Central Park and drop it off and make it look like maybe a biker hit it. Is that insanity? And actually shared this story. You know what the interviewer said? This could be a deal killer for your campaign. Any chances of you for running for office could be killed by you telling this story. And he goes, I know. This is the cockiness of the ego that thinks it's okay. What if somebody says that they don't respect a childless cat-owning woman? When people make these statements, they're so cocky that they believe that criticism and or doing things that's so insane that they can put it out there, and they're still so cocky and powerful that people are going to disregard it. What about making fun of one another in these political campaigns? Making statements, making fun of somebody's name, making fun of whatever it is. It's conflict, it's basement material. And somebody said that I should be voting because I should choose the lesser of the evils. It doesn't work that way in my world. It may in yours. I don't want to live in a world of lesser evils, of egos that I don't care to adhere to their policies. I will be a creator. Somebody will go in office, of course they will. I will let others choose that, and I choose not to, because my choice alone is connecting to that reality and giving approval. That's how I look at it. If you look at it differently, that's great. If you want to pick the lesser of what you call are the evils, that's fine. What if we started creating our own pathways of power and peace that don't blame that anymore, because that is the old school. That is the old guard dissolving, that is so entrenched in its own ego it doesn't even hear itself. And it can't believe that people still keep it in power. And so it's gotten so cocky that it's going to just say anything it wants. That's what's happening right now. And that is ego-driven old guard that says, you guys are so programmed, I could get up here and moon you and you'd think it's cute and still vote for me. Watch what people say. Words are powerful. So that video is going to come up here in a couple days, and I talk about words. Words are powerful. Now you can do whatever you want, and you can defend whomever you want. You don't need to defend anybody. Make your own choices. You don't have to say why, or you don't have to criticize somebody. Some of you, find yourselves defending eating meat. Eat meat. If you want to eat meat, eat meat. You will live in a carnivore world. I'm okay with that. It's a choice, and we're all allowed our choice. It's not for me. You don't have to criticize vegetarians or vegans to be a carnivore. And those of you who are vegans, you don't have to criticize carnivores. Can we get past this? That's the old programming. I'm telling you that we're stepping away from saying, I don't need to defend myself anymore. But make sure you're in alignment. You feel good about that choice. And that's between you and you. Right? If I'm saying something, I'm thinking, I don't really believe this. I'm defending it because I'm told I'm supposed to do this. Or I'm defending somebody who's like, I know it's not good, but I'm going to make up stories to justify my choice. You don't have to. Listen to what they're saying and ask yourself if somebody of integrity, of caring, of community, of unity would speak a certain way, would use certain words. And I'm talking about words that are in a negative frequency. Everything's a frequency. And so I'm not taking sides of a person. I refuse to do that because I don't think anybody's at fault. I think they're playing out their roles. It's our own personal choices that we need to be responsible for. And that's the only thing I need to be looking at right now. Right? This is how people get in power, is because we go along with things and we don't trust ourselves. So I'm going to ask you right now, what are you creating? So no matter what happens out there, what am I creating in my own world that can make a change? How can I help children? How can I help the elderly? How can I help the homeless? How can I be the change maker that takes these situations and provides a solution or an option in it? And that is what we need to be focused on, because the community can change the planet no matter what those people in power do. And that's my whole point, is they don't control your decisions. They don't control your thoughts or how you treat somebody else, but they can cause people to go into conflict with one another if you believe it. If you believe there's a side you have to take. You don't have to take a side. There isn't one, because everything exists at once, and the one created all things, including that, including the basement and the penthouse, because that's the game. That's the game. But your own personal reality is going to rely on your choices. What am I going to speak? What am I going to do? Am I taking a side? Am I judging? Am I saying that this is how things are? Am I going into conflict with somebody? Am I using words of a low frequency? Negative words. Am I placing myself with my neighbor in conflict? Or are we going into community even if I don't agree with them? I don't have to. I don't have to make them wrong to be right. I did this video years ago. I think it upset a friend of mine who saw it, who was making something really wrong that she used to love because she made a different choice about something. And all of a sudden that was wrong. You go through a divorce. Oh, they're the greatest person in the world when you marry. Oh, they're wonderful. Never say anything about my spouse. And then all of a sudden, oh, they're a jerk. They're horrible. And then they're wrong. They're always, have you ever talked to somebody who said, I was the jerk and I was wrong, that's why we got divorced. No, it's always the other person. We have to stop that. It was an experience. It was a learning experience. It was an adventure. It was a journey. That's all this is. And if that person spoke words of disrespect to you or did something to you in a relationship, who's responsible for the response to that? You're 100% responsible. And when you do that, you will empower yourself in more ways than one, because all of a sudden you are saying, I am the creator and I make a difference. When I go into a space of taking responsibility, now I have to take action. What is it? As I shared with you, Gandhi took down an entire nation, one of the most powerful countries on the planet. United Kingdom, England. Yeah, laid down in front of tanks and refused to fight. Yeah, that's powerful. Peace is powerful. The meek shall inherit the earth is happening right now. And it's quiet. And it's loving. And it's full of compassion. And it's not at odds with the other choices. It understands what it is. And it provides solutions for those making other choices so that they have something else to go to when they're ready to do it. Will you provide the choices? Watch what's being said. Listen. Does it sound okay to you? Really, in your heart, is it okay? Or maybe you need to step back. Be the solution. That's how we change the world. They're all getting bold because we've allowed it. They're not at fault. We have handed that power to them, saying, you can make my decisions. You are the change maker. You are the change maker. They are not. Watch what's going on. It's going to get really wild and crazy. And it doesn't have to be negative. I told you, we are going into an era of peace, but through it comes great change, great upheaval, and dissolving of things, and that's very uncomfortable for people who love that world and believe it. They're going to fight like heck. But we don't have to. We don't have to, because there's something so much bigger. And when you hold steady in that space of peace and compassion, not criticism, compassion, great things will happen for you. Doors will open. You will change the world. Entrepreneurs, we're creating planet-conscious businesses that we own. You'll own your own business online. Let's use the power of technology and everything else out there to do good things, to change the planet, how we do business, what we offer the world that's peaceful, that can change their lives. And we earn money doing it. Money's powerful because we're going to earn it in a positive way and we're going to spend it in a high frequency way. You don't have to be the broke spiritual person. That's bull crap. Oops. So, I can't wait to read your comments. And you can judge me all you want. And I'm going to say, I love you no matter what. Go ahead, judge away. Doesn't matter. Tell me you don't like my hat. Tell me anything you want. I'm going to send you love no matter what, because the meek shall inherit the earth. And it feels really good. Do you want to join me? This is free. This is Manifesting Anything. A free video. How do you break through fear? How do you get out of that fear? You may be feeling fear right now of what's going on because you think they hold power. They just talk loud. And it's disturbing because it's a low frequency. It's okay. Shut your pie hole, that's what I say. You are whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Put on your seatbelt and enjoy the show. I find it entertaining. And then I go to my work, what I need to do. And that is to make a difference on this planet. And you can do it. You can do it. Don't be afraid to go there. It will come back to you 100 times, tenfold. You are whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Blessings to you, my friend. Namaste.